So if you felt the ground shake in the AI world this week, well, you weren't imagining things. It really wasn't just a rogue wave from a single company, it was more like a coordinated tsunami of updates from OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, all the big players. And what we just saw wasn't just another software update. Nope. This was the moment AI started to break free from the chat window and, basically apply for a job right alongside you.
And you got to ask yourself this, right? For most of us, AI has been this kind of handy little tool tucked away in a browser tab. It's great for a quick answer, maybe it'll help you draft an email, but is that it? Is that really the endgame for this incredible technology? Well, if this week taught us anything, it's that the answer is a huge, emphatic no. And that right there, that's the heart of it. The big idea underneath all of these crazy announcements wasn't about just making a better tool. It was about creating an active, autonomous partner. So yeah, this wasn't just some software update. This was the week AI put on a suit, polished up its resume, and knocked on your digital door, ready for its first day. Okay, so let's break this all down. The first, and honestly probably the biggest leap in this whole evolution, AI is just done being another tab in your browser. It's moving out. It's getting its own place, right there on your desktop.
And listen, make no mistake, this was not some happy accident. This was a coordinated play across the entire industry. You've got OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Perplexity, all the heavy hitters, all making the exact same move. They're not just giving us a new app to click on, they're laying the literal groundwork for a much, much deeper integration into how we live and work.
And we're not just talking about a new icon cluttering up your screen. This is basically the digital equivalent of giving your AI a key to your house. It's getting direct access to your files, your apps, your entire operating system. And that key, it's about to unlock a world of possibilities that, I swear, felt like pure science fiction just last week. So, AI has the keys to the kingdom. Now what? What's it going to do with them? This is where things go from just interesting to completely mind-blowing. We are talking about AI graduating from doing simple little commands to tackling complex, multi-step projects all by itself. So what even is an agent anyway? Well, think of it like this. It's an AI with its own set of eyes and its own virtual hands. It can see your screen, it has its own mouse cursor, it has a keyboard, and it is not afraid to use them. It's not just a passive tool anymore, it's a teammate. Seriously? Check this out. With OpenAI's new Codex app, you can just go, hey, I need a website that looks kind of like this, and it will literally paint you a picture of it. But that's just the warm-up. Then you say, okay, now build it. And it does. But here's the real magic. You can highlight a part of the live website, type, change this background, and just watch as the AI not only generates a totally new image, but weaves it perfectly into the code in real time. It's wild. And if you thought that was cool, you might want to sit down. You can literally ask Codex to build you a desktop game, like Connect 4. It'll write all the code, build the actual app, and then you can tell it to launch the game it just created. And for the grand finale, you can tell it to play against itself, to literally test its own creation. It's a developer, a QA tester, and a user all rolled into one little agent. And this right here is where you really start to feel the ground shift. I mean, the source material puts it perfectly. It can actually take control of the app that it just built, test the experience itself. This is not just about writing code anymore. This is an AI that can build, test, and even play with its own creations. We are watching the birth of a whole new kind of digital creator. Okay, now let's hop over to Anthropic, because they're adding another completely revolutionary layer to this whole story. It's not just about what these new AI agents can do, it's about how they do it. And this is where we see the next massive leap. We're moving from a single file line to a multi-lane superhighway of getting things done. That's right. The days of giving your AI a task and then just having to sit on your hands while it completely takes over your computer, those days are officially over. The era of the one-track mind AI is done. And this slide just lays it out so clearly. Before, using an AI was like having that one coworker who needed to use your desk, your keyboard, everything, and you just had to stand there and wait. Now, it's like having a whole team of coworkers, each at their own desk, all working in parallel without ever getting in your way. You can kick off a dozen different things and just watch the results roll in. The potential for productivity is just insane.
And Anthropic's new Claude Code app is pretty much the command center for this new multitasking world. You can spin up multiple coding projects at the same time, pin your most important work, and juggle everything from one really slick interface. It's like going from a computer with a single core processor to a multi-core beast all in one software update.
But here's the thing, all these amazing new abilities, all this incredible power, it's not just coming from some cool new user interface. It's all being fueled by a massive upgrade to the AI's brain. The models themselves are getting smarter, sharper, and more capable than we've ever seen before.
I mean, just look at these numbers. This is a benchmark for software engineering, which is a notoriously tough task for an AI. The old model was already pretty impressive, but the new Opus 4.7, it's in a completely different league. That's not just a small improvement, that's a quantum leap. For anyone who writes code for a living, this is an absolute game changer.
But it's not just about building a bigger, more powerful brain. The real story here is the rise of the specialist. We're moving beyond the jack-of-all-trades AI and into a new era of hyper-specialized models, where each one is basically a world-class expert in its own little field.
And this table really drives that point home. On one hand, you've got your all-purpose AI, like a GPT-4, which is great for tons of things. But then you have something like GPT Rosalind, an AI that has spent its entire existence just studying the tiny details of chemistry, genomics, and drug discovery. This isn't just a tool, it's a brilliant research partner, a digital prodigy that could literally help us unlock the secrets of life itself.
So when you zoom out and you look at the big picture of this week, what do you see? You see a moment where the entire AI landscape was completely redrawn. This wasn't just a handful of product launches. This was the week your new AI coworker clocked in for its first day on the job.
It all really came down to 3 key breakthroughs, right? AI got a key to your digital world, it learned how to actually use that key, and it got a whole lot smarter in the process. The stage is officially set for a totally new era of human-AI collaboration, one where your AI is no longer just a tool, but a true partner in whatever you do.
And all of this brings us to the most important question of all. This isn't science fiction anymore. A powerful, intelligent, and honestly, tireless AI agent is now at your beck and call. So what's it going to be? What is the very first task you're going to hand over to your new digital coworker? The future is here, and it is waiting for your command.